This Icon podcast is hosted and sponsored by Sphere Rocket Virtual Assistants, a leading provider for your virtual assistants and outsourcing needs. Owned by one of the top-ranking EXP agents, Justin Nelson. Sphere Rocket VA provides a one-stop virtual staffing solution for business owners, and we specialize in helping business owners grow their business by leveraging through virtual assistants. Trusted by the top names in the real estate industry like Kyle Whistle, Andrew Franklin, John Kitchens, and many more. Get ready to up your success and we'll help you achieve your business goals. Book your free consultation at sphererocketva.com and find out how we can make your life easier.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Icon Podcast. My name's Gianna, and today we've got Gary with us. We're going to hear his story about EXP, his journey in real estate, and a little bit about his life. Gary, thanks for joining us.
You betcha, Gianna. Happy to be here.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. I was hoping you weren't dreading this. But Gary, tell us a little bit about yourself. Give us some background. Who are you? Where are you from? How did you wind up a real estate agent?
No, that's a good question. You know, I read the good book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, back in the late 90s and with Robert Kiyosaki, and it got my brain thinking about investing. And I started just playing around with real estate investing in 2000. By 2005, I thought I ought to quit my job and left the corporate world. March 8, 2005, became unemployable and learned to kind of full-time do real estate investing. That led me to a couple of years thinking, now I need to become a real estate agent, which I did in 2000, I think 7. And I was an agent from 2007 for about 4 years. Then I kind of bailed on my license, moved around a little bit in Utah and Idaho, and just kept doing investing. I got my license again in 2013, and I've been licensed since. So it's been a good journey. Most of my real estate's been done in Utah and Idaho, but 12 months ago this week, I actually moved to Oklahoma City to open up this market as an agent, brought my 20-year-old son out with me, and we started selling homes to investors through a referral-based program that I have connected with a company in Utah. So it's been a lot of fun.
That's awesome. And Gary, how were you introduced to EXP, right? Obviously, it wasn't your first brokerage. So how was that introduced to you? Why did you make that switch?
You know, I was kind of fortunate. In 2017, I was introduced to EXP. I had just had a surgery done and I was kind of recouping for like 3 weeks. And this lady's like, Gary, you need to learn about EXP. And I said, EX what? And there's like 5,000 agents ish at the time. And I thought, well, this is great. I don't have a problem with this. I joined and signed up, and I've been with EXP since. It's been great.
That's awesome. And now that you're over with EXP, right, you've gotten to know it a little better and all the programs, collaboration, stock options, rev share. What do you enjoy most about it now? What have you really benefited from? Why would you never leave EXP?
Well, the key thing for me with EXP initially was the thought of being able to I like working independently already. And so the thought of being independently non-controlled and with someone watching over my shoulder was very appealing to me. The referral aspect of it was appealing, although I never really took advantage of it for several years. But just the idea of knowing that I can do real estate, get my real estate done as an investor, and as I wanted to as an agent, play in that area, and that EXP would let me blend both of those worlds and kind of stay out of my way, for lack of a better way to put it.
Sure. No, absolutely. And, like you said, best of both worlds. You kind of get to be in charge of yourself, be your own boss, while also, reducing that risk and having somebody else to lean on when things get tough. So, Gary, let's talk about your work-life balance then, right? So, or what you chase or strive to be in your work-life balance. Where do you draw the line between work and play? How does that relationship look for you? Are you trying to improve that at all?
You know, that's a good question. And it's interesting because a lot of people have their hobbies, right? What do you do for fun? And it's sad to admit that mine's real estate. Golf is real estate to me. So that's my golf. Fortunately, my kids have kind of followed me in these footsteps. And so a core thing that we love to do is go to pray to homes. We'll go to pray to homes in various cities that we go to every year and just kind of walk through and tour the homes. I flip houses. I've been in various aspects of real estate investing for years. And so all of those areas of real estate related activities are kind of my fun hobbies. If I want to get out of that a little bit and kind of divert, I'll head up into the hills a little bit. I kind of enjoy walking trails and kind of walking light, easy trails to waterfalls and little pretty vistas and things like that. And I take it as I'm not in a competition to get there first. I'm just there to enjoy the journey on a trail. And that's where I get a little bit of my relaxation.
Okay, awesome. I love that. And Gary, you know, we've talked about your history, your life now, the things you enjoy. So let's talk about the Icon Award, because that's why you're here. And in your market of, is that Oklahoma?
Yeah, Oklahoma City. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. What is your average house price out there? About how many homes does it take you to cap?
Well, we have a very specific niche. The price points vary, but I focus on single family homes for mom and pop investors. They're buying their first, second, or third property.
Yeah.
And they're all out of state buyers. I've sold out of 107 homes we sold. I think 4 of them came into Oklahoma City and either looked at the house or went to the closing. So not very many. There are a lot of it done sight unseen, and we just kind of do video tours and walk through it with them. But our sweet spot is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage built in the 90s or newer. And our price points range from $200,000 on the low end to $300,000 on the high end. Wow. So right in that area. And that's pretty much where we've been able to stay this entire last 12 months.
Okay, awesome. And then, so about how many did it take to cap, like an average house?
So the average, we're probably 250,000 on an average with a 3% commission on average. And so my turn time, I think I hit icon status in 8 months.
8 months. Okay.
Yeah, it was awesome. Great. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, especially with the 20 transactions you have to do after that. And so, Gary, you know, it's more than just production. It's also cultural commitment. So mentoring, coaching, teaching an EXP world. How do you fulfill your cultural commitment part of the Icon Award?
Yeah, this is all new to me. So I've been with EXP for 5 years. I've typically done the first 4 years, 6 or 8 transactions a year, just very minimal while I was doing my own real estate, right? And then things kind of shifted when I realized, I can help investors who don't want to get in the weeds of real estate, who really want everything kind of done for you on a silver platter, which is what I specialize in now. It's like, well, let's go find a market where homes are attractive, and we'll do everything for you. We'll go find the home. We'll put it under contract with you. You close on it. You fund it. You own it 100%. But then we'll send a contractor in there to get it rent ready. We'll put a property manager in place. We'll manage it for you. You literally don't have to do anything. And with that aspect, I realized that I can, as a real estate agent, perform some amazing things for people, where now instead of them learning how to flip a house, they can continue to just be a dentist or a professional or whatever the job they have. And they just want to have some side business where they can own real estate and eventually maybe replace their income with rental properties. As an agent, it just opened up my whole new world to me, where that's where I thought, well, let's go find a market. Oklahoma City is what we decided to come to. And in so doing, we were able to really up my game as an agent to the point where I was doing, less than 10 transactions a year for 4 years to 100 transactions in 1 year in a market where I knew not one person in Oklahoma City a year ago this week.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Crazy. Yeah, no, it's definitely crazy how fast things can change. And Gary, what is your favorite part of the Icon Award, right? You get that cap back in stock, you get some stock for going to EXP Con, and
a big motivator is knowing that you as an agent can get your cap back, which is $16,000, right? And whether that's getting half of it just because you reached the icon status and you qualified, or you get the rest of it by doing some things, that's all good in my book. It helps you as an agent. And what better way to help you than you can go out there and help others or help inspire others, if not actually help them. So I do kind of like the mentoring program where you can mentor a new agent. I've done that only a couple of times, but it's what I'm doing now. And being able to take advantage of things and opportunities in the EXP world is just something that's new to me. So it's something I'm just now exploring, so I can, make a better contribution to EXP, which I really feel I need to do at this point in my stage in my career with EXP.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's so many benefits with the reputation that comes with this award and the referrals you catch from it. And so it's not an easy feat, but it's one that's definitely worth it.
Agreed, totally agreed. And I would say if there's a way I could, how do you become an EXP icon agent? Um, there's various ways. Obviously, with Sphere Rocket, you help people grow their sphere, which is important. I've had a couple decades of experience behind me where I've made some great connections, and for me to be able to find a way that you need leads. Really, you need leads, and you need to find a way to become an expert to get those leads or build trust to get those leads brought into you. And partnering up with a company I did in Utah called Done For You Real Estate, where they have the clients and the leads. They just need to have an agent that can go fulfill that need. And I've been able to help, a few EXP agents now in Knoxville, Tennessee, northern Mississippi, Cape Coral, Florida, Fort Myers, Florida, to where we're getting them plugged into this referral source, this company in Utah that can help them. And my goal, honestly, which I've not said this, but I'll announce it here, was if I can find a way to help non-CAPI or non-ICON EXP agents become an ICON agent, I want to do that. And I want to be able to help, 5 to 10 of those agents in a year do that just through hooking them up to a referral source that I've been connected to as they're expanding and growing in different markets.
Absolutely. No, that's incredible. And, as you are talking about helping other agents, let's talk a little bit about maybe new agents coming over to EXP or agents that have been in the game for a while looking to make that switch. Is it possible for them to icon in their first year? What are some goals to set out on and mistakes to avoid if it's even on their radar or achievable for them?
I think it's totally possible. And it depends on the agent and where your background is and where you're coming from. A new agent who has never been an agent before, you're just starting out and EXP is your first home.
Yeah.
Can you icon your first year? Absolutely. Is there ways to do it? Well, there's various ways. And my suggestion would maybe be find yourself a great team. Find a team where you have some success kind of built in that they can help you with your marketing, your sphere influence, and get some transactions going. And that's important. And not everyone has that ability, but if you can tap into a team, then you can do that. If you're an agent that's with another brokerage and you've had your own success and you built your sphere, I mean, holy cow, you can knock it out of the park with EXP your first year, no questions asked. You should be able to.
Right. And that's always a good question to ask, because they see the greener grass at EXP and, they're a little skeptical of it at times. And were you ever skeptical of it when it was first introduced to you, Gary?
It was back far enough that it was like, hey, what? There's not even 10,000 agents. There's like 5,000. If it flops and falls apart, I'll just go somewhere else. That was literally my attitude 5 years ago. I'm like, I'm not a stressed out guy. I don't really think any brokerage is going to be my big rescue. Although when I saw EXP presented to me back then, I thought, if you could get involved with a company that's this small now, and now they're 83,000 agents strong, back then 5,000, I just let the what ifs take over in my mind. Well, what if this and what if that? And imagine the possibility if you could be part of something as it grows and continue to contribute to that growth. And that's kind of what excited me about EXP, and grateful that they've been able to show the market around the country and the world that they're legit and they are definitely on the world map.
Yeah, no, for sure. And Gary, you said you're pretty easy going with that. Like, hey, what did I have to lose in making this transition? And for our last question here, for anybody watching that, is considering making the switch, but they're nervous to cut the ties with their broker, or they hear that it's a pyramid scheme, a cult, but they see the greener grass, they're just nervous about it all, and what they're going to lose or leave on the table with other opportunities. Why should they make that switch to EXP as soon as possible?
Well, you know what? If you feel like it's a cult, if you feel like it's a scheme, then don't join it for sure. But if you have heard it, and you just need to find out for yourself, you just need to jump in the weeds and do some looking and do some, go talk to people that are making moves in this brokerage. And you can do that easily through your connections and even on YouTube. I just would say, don't judge it too quick. But if you are not comfortable with it, by all means, you're not a good fit. But if you're just open to the possibility, like I said earlier, if you're just open to a possibility, imagine what possibilities could happen with you being part of EXP. And I think that's why with what you do with Sphere Rocket, and the company that's helped sponsoring this, I don't know how you can't grow yourself to a position as an agent to make an impact. And EXP would be in my opinion, a great brokerage to help launch you on a career path that gets you set up to where you're an owner of a company. You actually have ownership in the brokerage. And that is unheard of. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's all the things you dream about. Is, if you could, I like going on cruise ships, and I can't own a cruise ship, but for $700, I could own it for a week, and I could have 800 people that work for me and feed me, and I tap into a multi-million-dollar piece of equipment that lets me see ports around the world for $700. That's what I look at EXP as. How can you go find something that's got this set up to where you can tap into it and you can greatly enhance your life as an agent and bless the lives of others and be a real shining light as an agent with a brokerage that can back you up and give you all the things that you need to tap in and make your life as awesome as it possibly can be. That's how I look at EXP, actually.
And Gary, you nailed that on the head, right? What better way to influence employee retention than to give them a piece of the pie, right?
For sure.
I love that. Well, Gary, we're just under 20 minutes here. It's been a fantastic episode. Is there anything that you want to leave the listeners with today as we wrap it up?
Boy, in the end of the day, as long as you're out doing good and you're being good, just know the good's going to come back to you. And just be a good agent, no matter who you're with, whatever brokerage it is. Be one of those agents that help spread the reputation that real estate and real estate agents are tip of the spear people, and just be good and do good. And you'll be fine. Things are going to come back to you. You'll be just great.
Absolutely. Gary, thank you so much for your time today. Are you going to be at EXPCon in Vegas in October?
I will be there. Look forward to seeing you there, Gianna.
Yeah. Hopefully I'll get to give you a big old Gianna bear hug, and we'll get to catch up a little bit.
We'll take it.
Awesome. Thanks, Gary. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks so much.
Bye.
This Icon podcast is hosted and sponsored by Sphere Rocket Virtual Assistants, a leading provider for your virtual assistants and outsourcing needs. Owned by one of the top-ranking EXP agents, Justin Nelson. Sphere Rocket VA provides a one-stop virtual staffing solution for business owners, and we specialize in helping business owners grow their business by leveraging through virtual assistants. Trusted by the top names in the real estate industry like Kyle Whistle, Andrew Franklin, John Kitchens, and many more. Get ready to up your success, and we'll help you achieve your business goals. Book your free consultation at sphererocketva.com and find out how we can make your life easier.